Okay, just making sure everything's working on here. Just making sure everything's working on here so I get this stream set up. Okay, just making sure you can hear me fine. Hopefully this thing doesn't, this cooperates here, because this is like the last one we do for this game. Okay, it sounds like you can hear me just fine. Okay. Other one, Supreme Queen, and today I'm bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist live stream for you. So this live stream I'll be doing the Arc 5 series. I'll be completing the Arc 5 series for you. So there's like 18 duel scenarios I'll be doing here. And then after that, this will be the last live stream I'm doing for this game. So I hope you all enjoyed all the live streams I've done for this game here, and hope you all enjoy this one. And anything and all the other stuff, that I'll do will be done off stream though. Before I actually start, there's another thing I want to say that also hurts this game too is the overpriced DLCs. Because this game itself was like, just to get the base game, it was like $20, and the DLCs were like $90 for all the DLCs. And yeah, that's overpriced. Is it worth it? Well, I'll leave that up to you to decide. Me personally, I feel it's overpriced. So, because like with the new version of the game, the Link Evolution, it was like, was it $60? And it comes with, more content than this, and then it's gonna get a free update, some point this year. That's only for $60. That's actually pretty good there. So yeah, I feel like that $60 versus $110. Yeah, this is like the base game itself is pretty cheap though, which is fine. But the over like $90 DLC, that's overpriced. That's another reason I feel like it really hurt this game here. So yeah, just wanted to kind of add that into the review I was doing on that yesterday, because I forgot about that part, because pretty much this live stream we're doing is basically going to be the DLCs. So yeah, last stream I got actually got the Zex. The only achievement I have left to do on here now is complete all the Duelist challenges, because I've already done all these series here. They're all 100% done. This one I just have to do from top to bottom here, which is 18 duel scenarios. So I'll do these ones in this stream. The reverse duels I'll do off stream, and then like the only thing to do is Duelist challenge. Like I have all these ones done. These are all done. I still have to do the 5D ones, the Zexel ones, and then of course these when I unlock them after this stream here. So yeah, and I already got all the avatars unlocked. So yeah, the only thing I really have to do for challenge wise is just do the Duelist challenges. But this stream we're gonna be completely the Arc 5 series, which if you didn't know, the Arc 5 series is my second favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series. Anyway, hopefully it's not too loud. Just make sure you can hear me over the game volume here. Okay, sounds like you can hear me just fine. Okay, sounds like you can hear me just fine. Okay. Alright, let's start on this here. I'm going to try and focus more on the duels, since I don't know how long this will take, because there is 18 duel scenarios. I actually forgot one thing. We're not doing the Zexal series. We're on the Arc 5 series. We already did the Zexal series last stream. Good, changed over to immediately. There. Sorry about that. Confusing. Though there is some kind of like resemblance with the previous years, because like one of the characters that came back was Kite. The only character came back from Zexal, basically, well, a new version of Kite, basically an alternate universe version, and I just love the version he has in this game, or not in this game, but because they don't have up to that content in this game, but in the anime it's just like his mainstay is like, are you prepared to repent? With the merciless look on his face. But yeah, this is my second favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series, with GX being my favorite. This probably would have been tied with GX had it not for been the ending being rushed. That's like kind of what I felt really hurt this series, is the ending. Why are we using Dark Hole again? Like, this is the thing I put in the review last time was? Like, this is the thing I was saying about last, like, was it yesterday's stream was? With the whole said spell card, effect monster being slapped in every deck. I loved it back when those cards were banned though. So annoying to see this card get slapped in every deck. Overhyped cards that aren't really that good. That should be just at 0. They really don't serve any purpose to any deck at all. One sentence effects that pretty much anyone, like even basically a noob can figure out, compared to like cards like this where you have to actually read all this here. But yeah, after this stream I'll be probably taking a bit of a break from streaming for a bit though, and of course Let's Plays. Like I said, it's been the past like couple months actually doing like Let's Plays and live streaming, so kind of want to take a bit of a break. Though do note that if with X-Punch or TQ around, we may do some streaming together. But just me personally, I need a bit of a break. Just kind of need some time, just some time to take a bit of a break from, since I spent the last couple months with Let's Plays and live streaming though, and just kind of want to take a bit of a break from it, kind of gather my thoughts to think as to, okay, what do I want to do a Let's Play of next, what do I want to live stream next, which I kind of already have an idea of what I kind of do want to do a Let's Play next in live stream, but I kind of, want to take a break there. there's so many lovable characters in this series I love so much, though. I don't know, I think Zark would have to be my favorite from this series, though. I also love Yuya. Also love Yuzu and Rei and Yuri and Serena. And Reggie and Shun. Which, if you didn't know, the red glasses I wear here, these are, I actually got, the reason I got these ones were because it was inspired off of Reggie. Because these are basically his glasses. It's just, unfortunately, I can't do that where he pushes his glasses in, where the glasses shine. Unfortunately, I've tried doing it, it doesn't work. But yeah, that's why I got these red glasses, because like, yeah, they were inspired off of Reggie Akaba's red glasses, or as I like to call it, the majestic red glasses, and then the majestic red scarf. Oh, here go the Chibo cards. Yeah, see, already 2 duels in, and we got this going again. Last one using Dark Hole Chibo card, now we're using Swords of Eon Light Chibo card. For one that does, if this is, I believe this is supposed to be like a Monarch deck or something like that though, because that's what he's run this time. Never used it in anime, not a Monarch card, so no Chibo cards allowed. Or takes no skill to use whatsoever. We're not sitting here for like 6 extra turns because we're playing Chibo cards. That's why I was like wondering how long this is going to take though, because with them throwing that in every deck, it's like, yeah, I don't want to sit here forever while they stall out. Because the decks they built on this game for the AIs are shit. If you actually, you know, base the deck around the actual archetype itself, the decks would work a lot better. Because once you start sticking cards that don't even work with the archetype in there, yeah, that's when you screw it up though. You build pure decks. What's this in here for now? What's with all these cheapo cards again? Wow, these decks are really shitty. Dark Hole and Swords of Eon Light in the deck. Wow, this deck is pure shit. If you actually built proper decks, you wouldn't have this problem, because that's another reason that hurts this game, is these cards being in every deck. It gets boring after all, dealing with the same spell cards every time. It also shows lack of creativity and imagination to wonder that because there's thousands of Yu-Gi-Oh cards out there. And if this is a Monarch deck, you don't put that in a Monarch deck at all, nor Swords of Eon Light, because those, like, nowhere in the name or card text says Monarch. Because it obviously takes no skill. It's like, oh, I can't get past your 5 mops, so I'm just going to Dark Hole them because I have no skill. It's like, yeah, that's real skillful. I'm not even going to bother looking at that deck. It's probably got more shit in there. And you lost. Maybe if you didn't have Dark Hole and Swords of Light in your deck, you would have actually probably won. Okay, now this is a Constellar deck. Is this going to be Constellars, or are we going to have like Dark Hole, Mirror Force, and Torrential Tribute and Swords of Light in it? Like, seriously, learn how to build proper decks. Don't do that, because that's how you lose duels. The reason why I'm using these Pendulums and using these kind of cards because it basically stops them from doing that. Look, like that's not a Constellar card. Not a Chibo card. And people wonder why cards like that get put on the ban list at either 0, 1, or 2. Well, they're cheapo cards that take no skill to use. Of course they get stuck on there. They should always be on there. They don't benefit any deck, and they're just there for the more or less the easy way out of things. Like, another cheapo card there. This is why I find this game gets boring at times, because it's like, no, that card in every deck, that card in every deck, that card in every deck, and it's just like, yeah, there's thousands of cards out there. There's more than just cheapo Space Typhoon, cheapo Swords of Light, cheapo Dark Hole, cheapo Compulsory Evacuation Device. Because first of all, it doesn't benefit your deck anyway. It doesn't help it out at all. That card actually does help out a deck in some way. But those are cards, they don't actually help progress your deck to getting from from one point to the next. Because it's more or less, oh, you want to stop so your opponent does. Well, if your opponent uses a deck that doesn't do that, then you just waste your cards. Because, like, look at this, though. If they didn't put all these, they didn't put all these spells and traps in the deck, though, they'd be drawing monsters. Because, look at this, though. One whole monster. Because that's, like, literally all they've done. Really? 2 cheapo Space Typhoons? Wow, this deck is pure shit. Wow. This stream might take a little bit. Kind of why I want to kind of finish this game out, because it's like this sort of things is what bores me from games like this, because it's like, can I actually duel a different deck instead of the same stuff over and over and over and over again? Like, it's boring. Like, this is not a Constellar deck. This is a shit deck. This is not how you build decks. Don't put... When you build a deck, do not put, like, that card's fine. Don't put that in there. Don't, or that, or that. That does no good at all. Especially if you go against like like, what if I was using Super Heavy Samurais? Where do you do those cards? A deck of all monsters. Not gonna benefit you at all. And that's what happens when you put all spells and traps in your deck. You lose. Next time, build a Constellar deck and don't build shit. Yeah, well, he didn't use any of these cards because... And another thing, too, is... Those cards weren't even using the aim at all. Like, ugh. I won't be surprised if the Link Evolution game has, like, poorly built decks. Okay, now this is a Gem Knight deck. Is this going to be a Gem Knight deck, or is this going to be some cheapo deck? Because in the last one, I only saw one whole Constellar card, and that was it. And that's pretty sad. That's why my decks always work well, because they're pure decks and they don't have any cheapo cards in them. Because it doesn't help advance your play style of the deck. It just gets in the way. Oh, here goes the game crashing again. Oh. Figured that would happen. My other issue with this game here is this. The game crashing like that. Try that again. And this is my other this is another thing that hurts the game too, is they refuse to update this game though. Because I remember, what was it? This happened before when someone, because I think there's like certain cards that just end the game like that there. Because I think Sixth Sense is one of the cards. And it's like, that's why I wanted to end the duel as soon as possible, because if cards are gonna glitch the game up and end it, then I need to finish the game quick. That's why I'm trying to finish some of these duels quick, because that happens, which again also hurts this game because they refuse to fix the bugs in the game. Hopefully with the new one, they actually update the game on a frequent basis and fix any bugs. Because that also hurts games, because it's like... So hopefully I don't know what... I don't know if it's Gem Knight Fusion or unless it just had its moments, because sometimes the game will just do that. Sometimes it's certain cards. I don't know which cards do it. I think Sixth Sense is one of them. I could be wrong, because I remember one of the AIs did that, and it's like instantly drawing like 5 or 6 cards made the game just like, nope, can't do that. So hopefully that's not Gem Knight Fusion, because that's one of the common cards in the deck, which... Well, I'd like to get this, at least this particular duel done sooner. that's why I kind of like times want to get like the best hands possible, because if there's gonna be, if even using one card, like that's just bullshit's what it is, because sometimes like, oh, right when you're about to win, it's like, oh, game crashes. Cancel that up. There. Yeah, sorry about the game crashing there. I don't know if it's some of these Gem Knight cards that crash, or the game just had its moment. A reason why you should update your games. I don't know if the, because this is the Steam version, I don't know if the PS4 or Xbox One versions are this bugged up, but if anyone has had that on their versions, you can let me know down in the comment section below, or for, I guess, YouTube, or in the chat or whatever. Just let me know either way, I guess. There's tons of mods in this deck. I have like over half this deck being monsters. The reason why I feel this stream could take a little bit longer, because they do this on purpose, where they mess the hands up so they get perfect hands, and so your hands are always bad, and it's like that also hurts this game a lot too. Oh yeah, of course you would wait till then to do it. That's not worth it because now you can only activate one more card effect. I was gonna mention too, wife. Ah, she's so cute. And she's so sassy too, and I just love her paper fan. The paper fan's the most OP weapon ever. I just want to smack people with the paper fan every time they act up or misbehave or do something stupid. I have a long list of people I would like to hit smack with the paper fan. There's the majestic red glasses, the majestic red scarf. Also, gotta push the glasses in like Reggie does. Okay, now let's hope this is a triple D deck and not like random stuff thrown in here that doesn't go in the deck. That's not a triple D card. But yeah, from this series is probably the series I had like a bunch of wives from Yuzu, Serena, Ray, Tyler sisters. I think that's it there. Yeah, no, we don't do shitty hands in this household. No, we don't. That's just being a butthurt game. No reason that hurts this game a lot because even that shouldn't be coming up. Already, it's bad enough it comes up too often when like over half the deck is monsters. I guess the only out of this build super heavy samurais, I guess, and have all effect monsters. And even then, I think you'll find some way to mess that up too. Because like, see, all spells and traps this time, all monsters. It's like there's no such thing as in between. No matter how you build your deck, it always finds the best way to mess up your hand. What's all these cheapo cards? Let me sit here stalling it longer. Are we going to play the cards, or are we just going to keep shuffling our hands around? Well, I knew you were going to do it. Since that shouldn't be in. First of all, this is a prediction princess deck. That does not go in the deck. That's just another stally cheapo card. Now quit playing that cheapo card. Come on, stop playing solitaire cards. Yeah, because you have to destroy it in the cheapo way. Bad enough we play stall cards, we gotta play salt to their cards on top of that, make it even worse. Why don't you go play a different cheapo card besides that one? Here's the point where these cards become cheapo after a while. Quit stalling. I don't want us to be sitting here too long for one duel. Especially because who knows what the future duels are going to be, because they'll probably be just as bad too. Yeah, I can destroy my cards through cheapo means. Come on, hurry up. Stop playing salt to their old deck. Keep that cheapo card going out of here. Let's see, like dealing with this card again. No using your cheapo effects during the battle phase. What's all these cheapo cards in here? That's not a Prediction Princess card. Here you go with all the cheapo cards again. Learn how to build decks on here. Stop putting cheapo cards in every deck you're installing out. You just want to try and take care of cards the easy way instead of doing it the proper way. There, you lose your card again, you'll get it back and you stop playing cheapo cards. It's funny how they're like the ones who kind of, you know, have like, it's like, oh, we're like, because like, it's like, you know, because Jesse says like, you know, it's better to deal with cards, you know, through the means of battle phase. Because that's the way it is in the anime. That's why I enjoy the anime. Because if the anime was based off how people play the game in the real world, it would be boring seeing, you know, every character summoning out Borlo Dragon, or it'd be boring. I would just stop watching. I'm just like, what is this? Why is everyone using that exact same card? That's why I'm glad the anime is actually much better than real life watching. Like, because I don't watch people play in real life because it's boring seeing those same cards being used over and over and over again. Okay, here go all the cheapo face downs probably like Book of Moon and cheapo that. Yep, one more cheapo card there that doesn't belong in the deck, which didn't do you any good. Keep throwing more face downs, you're not gonna get any monsters that way. Again, this is supposed to be like the deck from last time, only with a few changes. That's not a Prediction Princess card. What's all these cheapo cards in her deck? That's not a Prediction Princess card. How many times I gotta tell you? That's not freaking prediction. Ugh. I tell you, they do not know how to build decks in here at all. Now we're seeing Compulsive Evacuation, Book Moving slapped in every deck now. Because we can't, deal the monster the proper way without having to deal the cheapo, dirty way. And look at that, you got nowhere with that. Again, that's why you don't put those cards in every deck, because they don't benefit your deck in any way, shape, or form. Especially because the way you're supposed to use in your deck is not on your opponent's monsters. You're supposed to use in your own monsters. So now you can't use your flip effects when I destroy them. Also, hopefully you don't hear that in the stream though, because neighbors around here are very noisy and disrespectful. Oof, my other wife. Okay, is this gonna be a Lunelite deck or is this gonna be a Chibo deck? Because one of the main decks I use is Lunelite. It's probably the deck I'm the most OP with out of all the decks I play, so let's actually see if they build the deck properly or if they just... Already, not even a Lunelite card. I just love my wife's stream. She's so cute and she's so sassy. I also just love how in the dub, Yuya calls her sassy pants. Mood. I bet if she was around to hear that, she'd want to borrow Yuzu's paper fan, smack him with it, and Yuzu would be like, you deserve that one. It's just too bad that, you know, because my favorite of the counterparts are Yuzu and Serena. I also love Ray. It's just too bad that, you know, Ray didn't get much screen time. Her deck barely got any screen time. We only saw 4 cards out of her whole deck. Ren and Rory barely got any screen time, and their decks barely got much screen time. So it's just, but that'd be like something I'd love to see. I'd like to see the end cards, like end birds, end flowers, end moon, or whatever it is. See all that stuff get printed. Those 4 natural energy cards, I guess what they're called. Was it end flowers, end moon, end wind, and birds? I think that's the cards. The cards that stop our lovable baby boy's heart. That's the Kaiba's PTSD's Exodia, while Zark's PTSD's the natural energy cards. Poor Zark. Poor Kaiba. But yeah, I'd still like to see the natural energy cards get printed, maybe like have some like sort of deck around that, maybe have it like an archetype, or even just see them get printed. Be cool to see that. I also like to see some more support for the decks that kind of didn't get much love in this series, like, you know, Wind Witches and Lyrilusks, because they deserve a lot of cards. Also, I feel like Lunelites could get one more fusion monster because they have like 4 fusions. I feel like they should at least get one more fusion monster so they have a full extra deck. And this character, I love his character. I love Dennis. One of the first moments that made me cry so much in Arc 5 was when he just jumped off the boat and carded himself. That just like broke me. I just love his character so much because he's just like, because he ended up betraying the ones who called him friends. He just felt so bad that he just like felt like the only way to deal with it was to card himself. But I'm really glad he came back, and his deck is an art deck I love too. It's basically like Perform Pals, but they didn't print much of his cards. There was like an effect monster. There was like a built-in polymerization. There was like a fusion monster. There was a rank 5 monster, a rank up Xyz rank 5 monster. There's a rank up spell card in the deck. There was a bunch of other pendulum cards that didn't get printed. Like, there was a lot of his cards that didn't get printed. I feel like they should finish printing the rest of his cards because he had a very interesting deck. It was basically like Perform Pals. They should print those cards. Those were really good cards. But yeah, I feel like Lunelites, they should print like more fusion monsters just to fill up their extra deck though. And Melodious, since Yuzu is the pendulum counterpart, though, it's strange how there's no Melodious Pendulum monsters, and I feel like they should print like two Melodious Pendulum monsters, like maybe a scale of like, you know, 0 to 9 or 1 to 9 or something like that, so you can pen them some of the monsters, something like that. Though, and have like like an ace monster be like a pendulum monster, because it's kind of it's kind of that's why I kind of want to see another duel between like Yuya and Yuzu at the very end, because it's like the one who out of the four counterparts, Serena's the one that uses the pendulums, but she's the fusion counterpart, so it doesn't really make much sense there. That's why I'd like to see some Melodious Pendulum monsters get printed. Also, like 2 more fusion monsters. I feel like if Arc 5 continued on after that, we would have seen, some Melodious Pendulum monsters, an Ace Melodious monster, like, or a new Ace Melodious monster that'd be a Pendulum monster. Kind of like how there's Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon for Yuya. Well, have one for Yuzu that's a Pendulum monster, and then 2 different Pendulum skill monsters. Kind of like how they have with Stargazer and Time Gazer, only Melodious versions, I guess. And also, I like to see, because they actually were doing, like, they did one Predaplant Pendulum monster. I'd like to see them print another one so that deck can do Pendulum Sun, because with only one Pendulum monster, like, I think it's like a scale 8. Scale 8, and then setting it again with a scale 8 doesn't do that, and it doesn't have a single effect where you can change it. Unless you use a spell card or an effect that changed the Pendulum scale, then I guess you could, but still. The only actual other deck that doesn't have it, as far as the Yuya's counterparts goes, would be Yuto's, the Phantom Knights. That doesn't have any Pendulum cards. Of course, it'd be nice to see some Pendulum cards for that deck. And hey, it wouldn't hurt to see Wind Witch and Leer lost Pendulums. Yeah, because the rank of mods for this deck was like, it was Perform Age Trapeze High Magician, I think it was called, and it was like a rank 5. Yeah, you would play the cheapo card. That's not a Perform Age card, that's a cheapo card. Put that card to 0. That's why these decks are so boring to duel against, because they get that thrown in every deck. And look at that, all the cards you just destroyed came back. So that did absolutely nothing. The reason why I use cards like that in my deck, because it recycles all those cards they destroyed through their cheapo cards. One cheapo card that's like, oh, I can just bring 5 cards back since you want to use your cheapo Mirror Force. Also, I love this character a lot too. Every time he duels, the battlefield gets destroyed. It's like, what did the field ever do to you? I love his deck too. Just kind of wish we'd still get those 2 Raid Raptor XZ monsters that haven't been imported yet, and that Link monster. Mainly want the XZ monsters. I'd like to have all 3 cards imported. Also, when I saw the update for the Link Evolution game, that was like really, I was like really happy when I saw that. But I was also like, because they said they're adding Blue Maiden to the game. I was like, because they already have like, you know, Blue Angel, and they're like, oh, we're adding Blue Maiden type of thing. So yeah, because yeah, Blue Angel's in the game, and they're like, with the thing like, yeah, Blue Maiden will be added to the game. So I was like, you're forgetting the most important avatar out of all of them. At least my favorite though, Blue Girl. Like, Blue Girl's so cute. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the other avatars. Blue Girl's my favorite avatar, and I feel like it deserved more screen time. Yeah, I feel like her Blue Girl avatar deserved, you know, a lot more screen time. And yeah, but yeah, her Blue Girl avatar is my favorite avatar. Second would be Blue Angel. Third would be Blue Maiden. Like, I love all of her avatars, but it's just Blue Girl's my favorite. And out of her decks, her Trickster deck is my favorite one. Then my second favorite would be Marincess. Well then quit bothering me to use your other effects. One thing I find annoying when it bothers you to activate a card effect. So I think that's all the season 1. I think this is on the season 2 stuff now. They left a lot of dual snares, I can tell here. Now I gotta play his banana here. And also, I know this also is kind of related to this, but I do love the Arc 5 manga, just not the ending. Now I haven't, you know, got the 7th book though, but I saw what happened when the announcement was made. Like it was like last spring it was out, and yeah, I was like, ugh, yuck, this is disgusting. Not gonna say what it is, but yeah, I didn't like what I didn't like the way they ended off though. But even though with no one, I'm still gonna be getting it because I want to read it regardless. You know, it's disgusting. Just if you read, be I don't know. Try not to lose your lunch. That's all I can say. But other than that, though, I think it's like the last few pages of the last one. I think is where that part is. I don't know. I feel like they could have just like ripped those pages out and just rewrite, or just rip the pages out and leave it like that. It would have been fine. But of course, the Arc 5 series in general has a habit of having bad endings. But I'd say the manga had the worst ending. But yeah, another thing I did like about the series is how they kind of brought back some older characters, though, too. Kind of like with GX, too, because GX also did it as well. They brought back all the characters, like, I think there's like one point we saw Kaiba at one point, and then they brought back Pegasus. Oh, and Yugi and Atem. So it was kind of, that's what I did like about that series, because they brought back characters and same in this one. Oh, why would you set the monster? You're supposed to put that in your pendulum scale. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 duels left. What time are we going out here? Doesn't seem too bad for time on here. Because yeah, the first two, the dual monster and GX series, there's 18 duel scenarios, and that kind of took, it was like closer to a couple hours though, so I just wondered how long this would take. I'm really hoping this isn't picking up because the neighbors around here are just very noisy and very disrespectful. Ugh. So I'm sorry if you hear any background, like, I don't know, hopefully you don't. That's what you get for trying to use my monster. No, I do not want to do that. Stop bothering me using a card effect. Also kind of hard to concentrate on stuff when you have noisy neighbors that don't know when to just shut up. Ugh. That's an example. So I want to smack with the paper fan, the noisy neighbors, because they don't know when to shut up. My concentrators came here. Yeah, because it's around the season 2 era when they stopped with this here. And then the next game is where they actually add the rest of the content, and then just like the first 3 scenarios of the Vrain series. Then the update's supposed to add more, which I actually hope they add everything. Because if they don't, that'll hurt the game. Also, it's kind of funny how they draw like perfect stuff and they make sure that you don't get anything good that you want. Because like, look at that. Over half the deck is monsters, and this is what they do. No, we're not gonna do that. That's bullshit. If you're gonna get perfect hands, then I'm gonna get 2. It's only fair. I'm not gonna sit here and spend like an extra 5 turns or whatever trying to fix my hand because they do that. When I can just get it from the get-go, like the way they get it. It's like first turn, perfect hand, perfect scales, and it's like, if you can get that, I can get that too. Doesn't seem very fair. Because like, again, that's twice in a row, over half the deck is monsters. So again, I don't want to have this go on for who knows how long they'll make it go on for. Yeah, because you always get perfect hands, and you always rig it so I get the bad hands. Seems to happen too often, because when I play this deck in real life, this rarely ever happens. Are we gonna pull the perfect hands again? Because that's what it's looking like right now. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's just cheating. That's like twice. Whoops. That's like twice in a row. Now you're fucking the hands out there. Ugh. That gets really. See, that's another thing why I always make sure, because I don't want to go in like 10, 12, 20 turns, and it's like just randomly, oh, I get a perfect hand just to screw you over. It's like, that's bullshit. Shouldn't have to keep correcting my hands. Actually, I'm just gonna do this until we get a perfect hand, because this is just getting to be annoying now. That shouldn't be happening that many times, honestly. If you can get a perfect hand like that frequently, that's like, that'd be like if they put Exodia in their deck, they would get all 5 pieces in their first hand every time. Like, that's kind of how rigged it is. And that's another thing that hurts this game and kind of just gets boring to me, honestly. Like, that, for example, does this again. Like that, too many times, especially when most of my deck is monsters, and it's like, yeah, here, let's just give you a bunch of spells and trap cards, but then give them perfect hands, like 2s and 2s, like, that should never happen. One of my issues with this game is that. And I would not be surprised the new game is just as rigged too. Again, doesn't matter how well you, doesn't matter how much you build your deck on here, they always find ways to do it, and they do it too often. Another thing too is Summoner Monk is not a Perform Mage card. That shouldn't be even in the deck. They seem to be doing pretty good for timing here. I just don't want to have like one duel take a long time though, because I think it was in one of the previous streams I did though, one of the duels like was going on way too long, especially like when I played like one of the older games, like a duel going on 80 turns and stuff like that. Again, a duel should never go on that long. Like, that's just ridiculous. How do you like getting the bad hands for once? Looks good on you too. Especially when it's unfair how 95% of the time that happens to be, and like 99% of the time you get perfect hands. As if that doesn't scream rigged. actually, after I did this Pendulum Summon, I actually, sorry about this, stream's gonna still be going. I always make sure I have a drink at least or two beside me every time I stream because I get thirsty, but I'll be right back. I just have to make a quick trip to the washroom. Sorry about that, I'm back now. I don't know how some people can just stream for hours without having to use the washroom. Because there's so many drinks, too, because that's like literally what I drink beside me during my streams is that. I don't know how, like, you know, and yet it makes it use the like, because when you drink tea, it makes it use the washroom a lot. But yeah, if you've probably noticed in some of my Let's Plays for Metroid, for any of the Metroid Prime games, where I just like turn the map, like I press the button, open up the map, though, and I kind of just sit sort of like for like a minute or two or three. That's usually because I have to make a trip to the washroom or get a drink though, because you know, I drink a lot of tea and I have to use the washroom, so, and I can't like go a whole Let's Play or live stream. Sometimes I can, but not all the time. But yeah, sometimes I go a whole live stream or Let's Play without having to use the washroom or whatever. Cause I always make sure, like, right before I start, make sure I have a drink, make sure I've used the washroom. But then there's some times where I have to. So, anyway, my apologies for that. But yeah, if you've noticed during, like, any of the Metroid Prime Let's Plays I've done, though, like, there's, like, a pause, like, I just turn the map on, pausing for a few minutes. That's why. Just have to make a quick break. Ooh, thank you, got attack boost from you now. That's why I put down the fields, because I know most of the Raid Raptors have to use their effects. So 2 more duels and we'll be done this stream, then it'll be the last stream for this game. Yeah, I don't know where this is going already, because I know that's going to already turn out to be pretty bad, because I'm already going to assume they're going to get a perfect hand. Again, that's being too frequent, especially when over half the deck is monsters. It's like, look, they're drawing perfect hands, they mess your hand up. It's like, that's like basically taking the controller away from somebody and basically, it's basically if you're like playing a multiplayer game, you take their control away from them and then they can't play. It's like, that's basically what that is. It's like, it's an unfair, just unfair is what it is. That's what this game does. It just, like, shouldn't happen that often. And over half this deck is monsters. There's no reason why it should be all spells and traps. There, that's better. Are we going to pull the perfect hand stuff again? Because that's just becoming rigged now to the point that's 3 times in a row. 2 duels left and it's just being more rigged. Which that's another thing I find too, some of these games is just, when it's just like, you know, you're getting down like the last like 1 or 2 duels or whatever it is and they do that. It's like, yeah. Hurry up with the perfect hand stuff, because this is getting to be very rigged, very annoying, and very boring, honestly. No. We're not doing perfect hands. I know that's exactly what we're doing. I already can see where that's going to turn out. That's 3 times in a row now. Ugh. Reasons why I have issues with games like this, because compared to like when I play like Hyrule Warriors, I don't have to turn it off at all. Like it's like a game with skill and knowledge, whereas this is just like, oh, it's just luck related. Ugh. Some days I'm just gonna be glad when I finish games like this, because it just like I don't have fun enjoying when I have to keep restarting the game because they get perfect hands, they mess your hands up on purpose. Okay, are we gonna rig the hands this time? Because it's like, what, the 4th time now? That's way, 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 way too often for that to be happening. It should never even happen that often, honestly. That's another card I don't use my Lunalight deck because first of all, A, it's not Lunalight, B, that's for Fire Fists, and that's just misusing the card, and C, the deck doesn't even need the card at all. The deck does fine just without that card. Yeah, there's a cheapo card. Wow, this deck is already shit. First of all, we're misusing a Fire Fist card in the deck. Now we got Dark Hole. Like, as someone who plays the Lunalights as like one of their main decks and is OP with it, you don't play these cards in the deck, especially Dark Hole. That doesn't even benefit the deck at all. That does nothing for the deck. Like, ugh. Cringy to see decks like this be known as a Lunalight deck when it's not even a Lunalight deck. Oh, I know what you'll try and do next. Not gonna let that happen. Well, you can keep banishing your monster, won't have anything left after this. Kind of picked the wrong time to use the monster effect, now it's gone. Maybe you didn't put like Dark Hole in your deck, you wouldn't have lost. My wife looks so cute. There, last will not be it for this stream here. Let's hope they don't mess the hands up again, which already looks like they're doing it. Are we done pulling perfect hand stuff here? Yeah, I'm already getting bad vibes with that one there. That's just ridiculous. Drawing perfect hands, messing your hand up, calling it a fair game. It's not fair. Not surprised because the last like 2 duels of the game, so they're gonna make sure they rig him as much as possible. That kind of seems strange drawing two like that one there. Kind of seems strange that we always draw perfect hands, it seems, and they always mess your hands up like that. Okay, are we done drawing the perfect hand stuff? Uh-huh. But yeah, I would have really loved it for this series if, you know, they continued on more with it, like have like a few like more episodes, like, you know, see Yuya versus Yusho, see Yuya and Yuzu have one last duel where Yuzu uses her uses Melodious Pendulum monsters and a Pendulum monster and a new Melodious Ace monster. It's a Pendulum monster, so kind of like, you know, like the whole Star Gauge or Time Gauge only for Melodious, and then have like a Melodious Ace Pendulum monster. Maybe see some new fusions or something like that there. And then after that, just see, you know, all the counterparts come back, like, you know, Serena, Rin, Ruri, Yuri, Yugo, Yuto, Zark, and Rail come back, and just see them like living all happily ever after in their dimensions or whatever it is. Like, I would have loved to have seen that for like an ending. That would have been a really awesome ending, a really good way to end it off there. Just to see all the counterparts come back and, you know, see them all living happily. And then, you know, just, you know, see that duel between Yuya and Yusho and Yuya and Yuzu. Kind of since the duel between Yuya and Yuzu kind of didn't really end off the way they wanted to, because Yuya was still learning about his pendulum cards, though, and they kind of just malfunctioned. Yeah, it's the same, because with that duel, he was still learning about his pendulum monster, and they kind of malfunctioned. He just lost a duel, and he didn't really, I don't think he really meant to, but, you know, still like to see like one more duel between them. Yeah, just make sure that's it for the duels there. Okay, that's it for the duels. And yeah, another thing I would have loved to see is just see like all the counterparts like Zark and Ray, Serena, Yuri. Kind of learn more about Zark and Ray would be nice, and more for Serena and Yuri, because those are like two of the bonds we didn't really get to see much of. and of course see some shit moments between them. That would have been cute, some Zark X Ray moments, some Yuri X Serena moments, and see some more Yugi X Yuzu, Yugo X Rin, and Yuto X Ruri. It would be nice to see some more of that too, and some of if they'd continue them off more with the Arc 5 ending. But yeah, that's it for this Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy Duelist live stream of me doing finishing the Arc 5 series. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream, and that'll be the last live stream for this game, and I'll just be doing the rest of this off stream. And yeah, I'll be taking a bit of a break from live stream because I kind of need a break after doing 2 months of Let's Plays and live stream, and don't want to come back, but I do already have in mind what I want to do in our Let's Play of and live stream of, so I'll do it at some point. Don't know when that's going to be. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed all the live streams I've done with this game and this one as well. And I'll see you all on the next live stream. And as always, the live streams will be on my YouTube channel, so if you miss any of them, they'll be posted on there. This is Supreme Queen, signing out.